Welcome to True Tempo. It is time for me to play a league. I should have the time. Um, with this new build of mine, this is basically a small change to Dimir Tempo. This deck usually plays Tamio in this one-drop slot, and then some number of flow states, 3 or 4. I tried last week, I think it was, or 2 weeks ago, playing with Moonshadow, inspired by INF, in this spot, and that was nice. Moonshadow is a bit like Delver with regards to having evasion. The deck was not built to like exploit it completely, so it was usually a 2/2 or 3/3. So it also died to Bolt. So I thought it was just okay, but I liked the shell of 8 aggressive 1-drops. Yeah, that got me thinking if I could change it up, and I've been playing Stormchaser's Talent, Boomerang Basics, and Izzet for since Christmas, more or less, which you'll know if you've been watching the channel. And that's just a nice, yeah, it does a lot of nice things for the deck. It now we have more blue sources. We didn't have so much in the Moonshadow build. Like 20, I think. It also adds sorceries, so flow state is very reliable. I'm still only playing 3 because Boomerang Basics is also there to make card advantage, and the way I want to play is focus on the board, getting on board before I start playing flow states. So I don't think it's a must for off. I think it makes sense as a 3 of in this build. Maximizing Thoughtseizes because that is more or less the ideal turn 1 play, unless you know that it's a matchup where playing a creature is good. Because it makes a future Nethergoyf bolt proof. If it's a bolt matchup, playing the first Goyf into bolt is a bit sad. If you can avoid that, it's much better. But yeah, anyways, that's a detail. Boomerang Basics does some nice things beyond like bouncing talent for card advantage. It's also and the sorcery count. It's also a way to handle Murktide Regent, which is otherwise a soft spot for Dimir easily. You have to play some bad cards to. When I say bad, it's like cards like Brazen Borrower or Shieldred's Edict or Snuff Out. Like they are good in different spots, but they're always like a bit expensive in one way or another. Like Snuff Out is expensive in life points. I don't want to play 2 Snuff Out, which a lot of people do when you have a lot of Izzet in the metagame and a lot of black creatures. So, I mean, Snuff Out is good against Tamio and in different other spots, but I'm not excited about it. So Boomerang Basics handles Murktide and just different stuff that comes up. You have to be aggressive to utilize the tempo part of just bouncing like a normal creature. But I think between Nethergoyf and the Otter tokens, this checks that box of being aggressive. And we have the Dimir package, which is awesome against linear decks, linear combo decks. I'm playing 1 Spellbomb in addition to the 2 Baubles because it's great against a big part of the format, really. I think the opportunity cost is very low, especially against, all kinds of tempo mirrors and, of course, the unfair decks. But basically all decks where flow state is here, Nihil Spellbomb has a role to play. In the sideboard, I am opting for Dread of Night alongside Massacre. This is for energy, but it's also for Cory Steelcutter, the Dreadnought. That's not the Dreadnought, the Dread of Night. Then I have 3 Consigns and a Nullrod for Tron and similar decks. I just have the second Spellbomb for Oops, Brazen is for Chalice and Merit Lage. I'm a bit soft to those two things. Like I can bounce Sorcery Speed, Merit Lage, if I get the chance. And Brazen is, yeah, the only way, besides maybe consigning the trigger and then Force of Negation on the stack, of course. But it's a small soft spot. But an important thing in the list, which is different, I guess, from most people, is that I'm playing these Bowmasters and I'm not playing Barragoyfs. I think Barragoyf is a bit of a trap, really. It's super good when it resolves against Izzet, but that's it. And Izzet, as I've been doing and everyone else, if you play Izzet, you have to prepare for Barragoyf, so they will be playing Heats and bounce spells and days and so on. So it's kind of I think when you play Dimir, you don't have to play that game. You have a good matchup just by playing Nethergoyfs and like just a low to the ground build that with Nethergoyf as a trump and Nihil Spellbound as an extremely good card. You don't need to like win big with Barragoyf. I think Orcish Bowmasters is also a huge pain in the rear for pain in the ass for Izzet, and it's also good against control, which is like seeing play. People play control now after flow state was printed, and it can also serve as a small upgrade against some combo decks. So I like that. And against the Mishra, where Barragoyf is just waiting to get pushed, August Bowmasters can, do more work than just be a big stupid dork. And I guess that's it. Yeah. So let's play some games. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to say before the games. I changed the way I set up my Patreon. So now it's everything is free for members, including my Is It Prowess primer, my tempo textbook. It's basically a bunch of pages on tempo. It's all alongside stuff on this deck and yeah, different other columns. It's free for members, and if you have the means and you like the content, either here on YouTube or on Patreon, I'll of course be grateful if you decide to be a paying member. But no worries if you don't. I'm happy just to contribute to the community and do my part in making Legacy feeling alive and well. That's the most important thing for me. So without further ado, let's play some games. All right, round one. I have no history in Legacy for my opponent on Goldfish. So we are going in blind. That's a fine hand. Let's keep and I'm gonna play Nethergoy first. The talent doesn't look to be attacking for more than one. Nethergoy might attack for more between the Surveil and everything going on. Like me putting a Nethergoy on the stack. So let's try that. This is like if I'm playing against bolts, then it's nice to wait on the Nethergoy until they're out of bolt range. But otherwise, I just want to play what I think can attack the most. That one I will be dazing because that's scary for sure. If they can unload their hand, I can easily lose in this turn cycle. Okay, Lotus Petal. Let's see if they have like an Kappa Cannoneer, Emery. Okay, that's very good for them. All right, so they have. They can get back at least like a pedal. Feel like I should get aggressive here, in the sense of getting a Nethergoyf in play. Like they have their grinds engine online here, so I don't want the game to last a long time. Like Thoughtseizing might not do much. Like they can just get it back potentially. So I'm gonna play the Nethergoyf. And let's see what I do. Maybe Thoughtseize next turn. Okay, well, I might as well attack. Maybe they're afraid of a trick. They are indeed. Okay. So I was hoping that maybe they force the Nethergoyf and then my Nethergoyf attacks for more. That's why I played it before combat. Otherwise, I could be bluffing stuff. So let's see. They take damage. And they play the Emissary. Alright, make a few. Oh, they hardcast it like that. Okay. I mean, it's a 3/3. It's not bad at all. It is definitely not bad with Emery. Yeah, it feels like I'm never gonna break through this, right? They have infinite tokens. If I attack, okay, well, that is not bad. But still, they have this Bauble here. Huh. Let's play the sewers. Gonna crack this end of turn or not. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, I'm just gonna play this so I can boost my my goifs. If they make, like, if I make it a 3, they have to make like a lot of double blocks that, like, basically they trade Emissary. I guess with Emery out, it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna see how they respond to this, and then I feel like they can play, like, outplay me in this game pretty easily. Okay, they do it like that. Then I am not cracking the spell bomb yet. I'm gonna do it in response to their Emery, I think. Skateboard, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I can wait. I'm not getting a card because they just respond. So in this case, I think it's better to wait so I can draw a card. But I'm taking like 7. Taking like 7. I think I want to wait and get my card. Feels like that they're not playing very aggressively. So Max Opal. Like they're gonna have to put some creatures in the way of my Nethergoyfs as well. If we have a race and a chalice for 1, okay. Accept it. So yeah, they're just going for this small attack. I don't understand really. I think they should attack and just like make me dead in the air or jump. Now I can put a Thoughtseize in the bin without taking damage, which is actually not that bad. That's also decent. So let's attack. Well, let's Thoughtseize first to make them bigger. My goifs. They want to just take it. So I can take their graveyard now to make them bigger. Then they still have Bauble equity, so I don't think that's what's up. I think I should, like, well, then they're just gonna pass. Well, I'm just gonna do it end of turn, I guess. Just gonna do it end of turn. So I basically deny them 1 card, and I deny myself 2 damage. But the 2 damage, I actually think that's worth it because that means that they're both lethal, which is pretty clutch. Like, they have me dead in a few swings, but the same goes for me in 1 swing, or like 1 creature. So in the way they're playing, I feel like there might be a way of actually winning. But I think if they play in a different way with their tokens, I shouldn't be able to win this game. Let's see. So now, yeah, okay, like that. Okay, we take 9. And they need to present 2 blockers. Huh. What does this mean? That they have a the Otawara to bounce and make a token. And is there any way I beat this? I guess I just attack for the time being. Don't think it makes any sense to waste first. Because they can just attack through anyways. So I'm just gonna make them have it, I guess. That one, well, I can counter that one. Huh. And then, wow, okay. That was nice and unexpected. So this deck, well, Orcish might be okay. Null Rod is of course awesome. They have Chalice, I have to respect that. Consign is gonna be medium or better. It's not always gonna do a bunch, but it's definitely gonna do enough. Force of Negation. The thing is, like, beyond Chalice, I don't think it's good. Spellbomb is good against Emery, but that's kind of it. I don't think that's really enough. So I want my pushes that can be pretty clutch against both Pinnacle Emissary and Emery. Daze is not very good on the draw against a deck like that. Even on the play, but I think it's okay on the play. Question is this Orcus Bowmaster's good? I mean, we haven't seen. Usually they don't play that many draw spells. There might be some. Thoughtseize is not awesome, like taking damage. It's an aggro deck, so I might. And Chalice deck. I can see going down those. Is it Bowmasters? I think it could have a high impact. I think actually I want to try just for chalice purposes and damage purposes, see how this plays. But it really depends on the deck configuration. Could also cut my baubles because I have the null rod. But it's like I feel like if I have null rod in play and I draw a bauble, that's like a risk I can live with. And I'll have it before, of course. I just play them and it's no issue. So I'm gonna go with this. Question is if Spellbomb is better, but I think it's too slow to really be interesting. So Boomerang basics, let's see. I mean, it might be not so strong, but it's part of a package. But I might consider cutting it. They're good. This hand is not awesome because I can't turn on push on Emery. And we're kind of slow. I'm gonna keep. It's bad against Chalice. It's really a lot of things can go wrong. I don't have a wasteland, so but it looks like a good hand or a playable hand. I'm gonna keep it and not be surprised if it doesn't work out. Chalice is the big one. Okay, that one is also scary for sure. Okay, that's not a lot. Guess I am just playing my Goyf. Like they're gonna take some damage. I can push it on 3 mana, so let's just get a Goyf in. Waiting with the fetch to have with push. And since they're playing a creature, I don't want to just sit on consign. I'll have to live with the fact that they can play stuff now. So they drew this, I guess. They see a push, right? Okay, well I can bounce that. So that's nice. You never know what Boomerang Basics can do. In this case, it can save my life pretty damn well. So how do I want to play? If they replay it next turn, how do I feel about that? That's pretty scary. I'm actually unsure if Undercity Suez arrives. This should arrive untapped, right? It should, for sure. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, so it's untapped. The question is if I want that or the Surveil. The Surveil might be good, but the real question is if I'm like holding up push for this. That's the real question. I think I'm definitely bouncing. And then I have to consider if I can beat it if they just replay it. They might not be able to replay it. This is not... I think I'm actually gonna keep up mana this turn. And be able to push or consign. Like now they are not gonna play it, I guess. But if I get to consign something, that's also fine-ish. And like this is not beating me that hard. Spellbomb. Guess I'm kind of okay consigning that for tempo purposes. Even though I would have liked to have a juicier target. But like getting this like so far in the race, it doesn't feel good. Like they're in 13, they have to really respect the Goyf, soon to be Goyfs. If they don't play a land, that means that they might not be able to play Harbinger next turn as well. Wow, okay. Let's Undercity, see if I can get even bigger. No, that's a good one. That's a good one to have for being able to push. I'm gonna keep that and just play my Goyfs. Force is great actually, because now I'm bigger. I'm very big. They double force. Okay, wow, that's fine. They can come back. They can come back. And now, like, the best draw is Chalice, I think. Otherwise, I can... And that's the Chalice. Okay. But they're at 5, so they almost can't attack. But neither can I. Yeah, that Chalice definitely saved their life. But once they tap here, wow, okay. Okay, I'm in trouble now. Kind of trouble. Flow state, is it on? It is, awesome. So looking for... That is a Bowmaster in the swamp. The ponder doesn't do anything. So what if I attack and shoot I can't shoot. Ward 2 is not going to be beaten, so I'm just going to play the swamp and pass the turn. But having just a ping here in the bank and 2 attackers might be good. I will play it. They have to take damage to activate Saga, which is very relevant. Okay. So if I were to attack, they would block, go to 2, make a token, block, so that's not good. But for that reason, maybe I should have done the play I talked about earlier, the turn before. Bowmaster here, then if I had done that, basically it's Bowmasters against tokens. Yeah, it's close. Because they can't... I see how they... Okay, they're not gonna go to 2. Just gonna use this to get something spicy. Oh yeah, that's spicy indeed. Did I have something to make it 7/7? Then I'm in a world of hurt. Okay, I'm happy that I can just put everything in front. It's definitely... It's definitely good. I am weak to Chalice for sure. I have a Brazen, and I just have a lot of 1-drops. I mean, it's really a card I am under kind of not respecting in my build. For that reason, maybe I should have bought it in Force of Negation. But it's just bad against the rest of their deck. That's why it's good. Okay, they bounce token. Fine. And any point in playing these? I don't think so. Yeah, Bowmasters is a good draw. It's not necessarily good enough, but it's the kind of stuff that I need. I think I have so many cards I can... I'll start playing lands next turn. Okay, nice one. Maybe they force. Wasteland Bauble. That is good. Gonna Bauble myself and play a land. I don't want to draw that, so let's fetch. And I'm using a lot of clock. I should play a bit faster. I'm afraid of Kappa Cannoneer at some point. Should I fetch to thin? I guess I could fetch one of these. So, no more flow states. Okay, let's find some gas. Like Force Brazen. Consign is good because that can also beat Chalice, which is great. So now I can play Nethergoyf. I do have an island in the deck, right? Just gonna fetch right away. They only have 2 cards. So 3 mana, and then I just have to replicate a bunch. Was that not 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, we have a clock. So they don't have a bounce spell that I can't counter. All right, they play another Seed at the Synod. I can play that, make it bigger, right? Yeah. So now Ancient Tombs, if I get this attack in, are off. And because of that, I'm gonna shoot a land. So they have 3 mana. Ancient Tomb. Okay, got there. Okay, nice one. See you for the next round. All right, round 2, and I think I might be up against a control deck. My opponent have Jeskai control in their history with a companion. Is that? No, this is Yorion. Okay. So let's see. But I'm expecting, I guess, beans. And regardless, I think this hand is fine. That push might be bad in this matchup. I mean, this is a very good hand, right? It has a bit of everything. It's Death and Taxes. Oh lord, that's not good. I think I'm gonna force pitch basics. Hope that my days will be good. Wasteland looks to be bad so far. Okay, Thoughtseize is maybe good. Thing is, I can get wasted. Regardless, it's gonna be tough. I think I'm gonna bank on them having just 1 sword and that I can remove it. And maybe Days a 2-drop. Okay, so they have Batterskull, Timeless Dragon, Witch Enchanter. They only have Witch Enchanter for a land, which I can waste. Then they'll Timeless Dragon though, so they will get going. Otherwise, I could take the Witch Enchanter. Then they have the Solitude. I think it's... I think I'm just gonna bank on going the distance. I'm gonna take Solitude, and then hoping that I can kind of get some good... I should be able to get some equity with these cards. See, yeah, they pay life, of course, so they can cycle. Okay, not very good. They'll get a plains. And a nice little daze target. They have... Okay, that's awesome. We have a shot here in a tough matchup. They might have plays that I can handle with push. They have the flagstones, okay. Which is not that bad for them, really. So they find a white orchid, okay. Well, I mean, they find it on the top and they put it in the bin, and they play recruiter for what? Because is solitude really what they want? I don't think so. I think they can do much better. They have so many good cards against us. They're thinking a lot. It's not easy. And they get Skyclave. Okay. It's a fine choice. The risk is that I have a wasteland. That one is not playable. Yeah. Getting a 1/1 is not very interesting, I have to admit. If I push here. But say they attack, I actually think I want to trade just to get this off for purposes of blinking, so they can't blink. I think that's okay. Could also attack, because that's a 2-turn clock. Could also attack. And then, but then they can jump instead next turn. So I think this is better. I might be wrong. Okay, they solitude. So they just have a Batterskull left. Okay, I'm very happy to draw a land here, of course. And I can daze that Batterskull, but I can also daze other things. So I'm gonna take daze and Nethergoyf. Cool. We have a game for sure. A close and tight game against a tough matchup. See what they do. They put a card on top and put Yorion to hand. Do I play this so I can hardcast daze? I think so. Just keep my options open. Like, I don't know. Might be bad. It's maybe I'll just, if I have to daze, I'll probably return a land. But if I didn't play the land and they waste me, then I can't like draw a like cantrip threat or something like that. It's kind of a risk. Here's the Batterskull. There is also a Yorion coming up. I could just push this. I think I should just push this really. So I can daze the Yorion. If they don't draw land. That's a risk, of course. I have to, I think, try to get the most out of my cards. Okay, that's not bad. But I really need this daze to work. Otherwise they're gonna get the Batterskull token. Okay. So do I return a land? I think I can return a land here. Okay, that's a surveil land. They need to draw something. I guess I could have surveilled first. That's a mistake. They have this. I can bounce. I should have surveilled. I think I could have gotten in another point of damage with a bit of luck. Push. I do already have a answer. I guess I'm. If I'm afraid right now that they have Solitude or Plow in the upkeep, so I think I need a threat. I think that's what I want. And I did find a threat. Okay, awesome. Awesome to get there. Death and taxes. Very tough. Well, we have a couple of good cards. Brazen can do work. So can Allrod. And Orcish is not very good, but it's a consideration. So is Consign. Nihil is, I mean, it's very bad, but it's good against their equipment. Whatchamacallit. I don't remember. The one that returns a creature when it enters. I think like I'm gonna definitely board in Nullrod, and Brazen is so. It's good against those. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't think I need it because this is good against the Calder Complete token, but I have Boomerang basics for that. This is again a question of, do I want this Nullrod Mishra's Bauble non-bow? And we have Daze and Force, which are not nice. I think that's an easy swap. And Consigns, it is a lot, but they play Solitudes, they play Stoneforge, they play a lot of stuff that I can get with Consign. And then Bowmasters, do I believe in it? Against, I think just, I'm not sure. It's like in conjunction with Dread of Night, it can be very good. And just like to shoot the Recruiter or shoot block Skyclave Apparition. These things are okay. Question is if I'm actually gonna do something like this. Might be a bit crazy, but I don't feel like it's the size of my Nethergoyfs that is the most important thing. Wastelands are also quite bad, but they play. Oh yeah, they play. We saw black, so they probably play their own Bowmasters. That's enough of a reason to go like this, I think. That is enough of a reason. Yeah, and it makes Wastelands better. Right, shaky mana base, but I'm keeping. Ghost Quarter and Vial. Okay. It's a good one. Maybe I can waste them and bounce it, and maybe they don't have any more lands. They mulliganed. Let's try that. They don't play a lot of 1-drops anyways. Okay, here's a good one. So I can Thoughtseize to take a good creature, like to make Vile worse, or removal, so I can get there. Think that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'll start developing my threats afterwards. Otherwise, could like go for Stormchasers, which is good against Plow. I think it's not so enticing to sort this token, and then I can draw a card next turn. But I'm gonna go for Thoughtseize. They mulligan. They don't have a lot of cards. They do have White Orchid, which is a good one. So it's a Ghost Quarter effect. Like I have 2 basics, but feel like I can beat the Plow. So just letting them have kind of a weak hand, like not get on board. It's still like I have to handle the 2/2 as well at some point. 2/2 flying first strike is not bad. Okay, that is awesome. That is awesome. Let's get the Stormchasers going. Draw cards. They only drew one. Like, they could have drawn a Bowmaster, and that would be the worst case scenario. But otherwise, I think I just want to get my value now. And a Bauble. And I think I just want to cash that in now. I feel like I'm losing a point of damage, but Clarion Conqueror. Okay. Artifact creatures, planeswalkers. That shuts down their vial. Well, that's not very good. Okay, but they're not drawing it because they cycled. Massacre. Very nice at some point. So their plow, I just want to kind of weed it out. Okay, Wasteland is good. Weed the plow out with my tokens. Ponder. Yeah, let's try and find a land. Nice. And I don't think they have anything on 3 that I should be afraid of. But I mean, they could have plenty of stuff. I'm just gonna assume that attacking here is like tapping out and attacking is fine. And they can definitely have all kinds of stuff, like Philia would hurt. Then I don't think they... Oh yeah, they could have drawn a Philia after ticking up. Okay, they don't have anything yet. Timeless is not here. Plains is still there. Maybe Massacre is not gonna be juicy. It's a comeback card, and I'm not. I'm in front. I'm ahead. That is good. Is it on? It is not. It is not on. Then I think I'm just attacking, playing Goif and passing the turn, hoping that I can get a push in before I flow state. They didn't put Yori into hand, which is interesting. Then it's what, Solitude time? Solitude is scary. They didn't plow here, end of turn, which is interesting. What just happened? They play a Flagstones, okay. And Yorion to hand. Okay, so they have instant speed Yorion. Which is very good. Which is definitely very good. I can try and I can not attack. The question is, do I play Bowmasters? Because with Massacre, it's potential non-bow for sure. I feel like I should try and get that Yorion with Massacre, so I'm not gonna play the Bowmaster. They don't have a lot of stuff going on, so I think I should try and clear the board, so to speak. Okay. I need instant. That's also a thing. I can make Nethergoyf bigger. Okay, I can attack with Nethergoyf. I guess I can attack with everything. And then I can do tricks to make it a 5/6. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's try and attack. Okay, nice. So I can play Bowmaster. Shoot itself, which I think is fine. And then I can push here. Like it looks bad, but I think it's okay to get rid of this. They have a Caracas. They don't have it here, but they have it in their deck. I'm still ahead on board, and flow state is on. It feels fine. So now Solitudes are their live draws, which when I have mana up, I can counter with Consign. Okay, so now they'll find Solitude. Let's see if they'll let me untap. Otherwise, well, I have Massacre to kind of get back. Yep, no untapping, unfortunately. Yeah. So I can flow state. I can like my auto token can survive at least. That's nice. And that is also very nice. I know they have a plow. Are they gonna use it now? I think I should go for land Nethergoyf, because I also have this I can use. And let's massacre. I can play a land. Yeah, let's just massacre. So I could play around. I'm not gonna play around another Solitude. I don't think that's the play. I think I should just keep on trucking. And yeah. Skyclave, another thing to consign. Oh well, such is life. Don't they have a plow? Did I miss something? Let's. Let's this now. I want to keep it up. I'm just gonna attack with Nethergoyf. Use Stormchasers. Do we still have an Underground Sea in the deck? I don't. Okay, they had the plow. I don't understand their timing, but okay, fair enough. Let's fetch. Like against them, I can maybe go to class 3. Like, especially now where they don't have Yorion anymore. They have this on 5. It's like they don't have only gas in the tank at this point. They can have some bad turns, and yeah. I've never had it come up that going to class 3 and then actually doing something afterwards. When I was close, it was always better to just go like bounce it, play it again, go to class 2, and rinse and repeat. Okay, so we're not gonna allow that. So I can also get back a massacre. Okay. slow stay. That's nice. I think that is what I want to do. And sure, like this. That island is what I have left in the deck. Let's Thoughtseize, see if they have anything. Oh, they have the heavy stuff. Well, let's take that Beta Skull. And they're gonna jump, but I guess that's fine. Let's force them to jump. Puts on a bunch of pressure for next turn, because I can use this mana with Boomerang Basics. So their best draw is Solitude, but I can still beat that with Boomerang and Massacre. Maybe it's not their best draw, or maybe I'm missing something. Okay, that is a good draw because it stops me from doing this. Yeah. Magic is deep, and Death in Texas is also very deep. Wasteland. Okay. Well, this is not awesome. I'm gonna just Wasteland their Ghost Quarter, because it's a Wasteland against me. And I guess I'm gonna go up, even though it's not gonna work. But I can go to 6 afterwards, which is interesting. So let's get back a Ponder that they can eat. And I'm not attacking because any cantrip will allow me to go crazy. And they can't tap out, which is a big deal, because then this other one becomes really dangerous. So, I mean, they're in a tough spot. They're in a tough spot. But if they draw like Stoneforge, then they can really start working on me. Keeping 1 mana up, getting Meteor Sword into play, so on. If I draw nothing, I'm gonna go to 6, pay 6. And then it's just another thing they have to deal with at some point. They got a land, so they just have a big land sash. It's not nothing, but it's basically just a blocker. They attack. Wow. Okay. Bird Rainstorm. That's what's up. They can grow to 6/6, which is a lot, but I can also potentially shoot it with a push. Okay, well, let's ponder. Null Rod. That's a good one. Norrod is a good one. I think I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna, let's see how they, just gonna F6. See how I have to be careful of the time. If I don't win this one, I'm in trouble. Yeah, they make it 5-5. So do I lose one? And put them to 4? I think that's okay. I think that's okay. Maybe I'm drawing a Bowmaster. Maybe that was a mistake. Since I'm gonna Stormchaser, maybe it's better to just have a fetch land, because I have kind of two not interesting draws. But no, wait a minute. I have this one coming up. I have this one coming up, which is gonna be good. Okay. Yeah, let's flow state. Flow state, or yeah, I think it's flow state. Okay, Dread of Night and Consign. And I'm not attacking. So Dread of Night Bowmasters take care of this. It's already very good. Maybe I take a turn off and I go up here. That would be pretty good. Murktide, okay. Change of plans, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So I'm not attacking, but I think now I'm gonna Orcish. Okay, they have a plow. That happens. I'm at 24. Kind of have the time. I have the life points. I don't have the time. but I think I have enough time. I should I should think about having consign for the Meteor Sword that they have in hand. Can't just tap out, that's for sure. Don't want a dog. Okay, well, I don't want to. I don't want to suicide yet. But yeah, maybe I should. They go to 1. They go to 1. Yeah, I think I'm going to suicide. I have a fetch here. This is a tight match. And here's the 7th mana. Okay, they waste their land. Why? Okay, am I missing? Okay, they concede. I guess I missed that. I thought they could play Meteor Sword there. Anyways, nice match, and see you for the next round. Alright, 3rd round, and this might be against Is It Delver? My hand is pretty sweet, if that is the case. I'm keeping, I have my basics, I have Goif Push, they mulligan, let's see what they're on. Like, these wastelands are bad, then my hand is really much worse off. Max Diamond, oh, scary. Smells like lanes. Yep, lanes indeed. And a Saga. Do they have a Loam? They have a Rumble, okay. Okay, they don't find a Loam. See what they take. I'm gonna waste, and then I need them to not have any engine cards, basically. Map is another. They take the 4-drop. Okay, that's reasonable. I can force the 4-drop now. That's awesome. So let's see if I can just play a Goif and ride that to victory. I need them to have a really poor draw. Like most of the time, we just lose to lands. Exploration is fine. They have an Ice Till and another card, which is a Ghost Quarter. So, hope. We have hope. I'm gonna develop my Goif. Save Wastelands for yeah, combo like sagas or combo. That's getting forced. Stage steps is what I'm talking about. All right. These pushes don't do anything. Guess I'm gonna just Undercity. And a Daze. That ain't doing much either. Yeah, this is slow. It really hurt pitching that brainstorm. Maybe I shouldn't have like played the Goif, just wasted or shot the token or something instead to buy time. And another Once Upon a Time. Okay. I did consider it. I just felt like it was a bit too passive, but yeah, retrospectively, it feels like it was the right play. Make use of my cards a bit and slow them down, have a good brainstorm, and then like develop my board. They find a 6. Let's read that card. Non-land permanent cards in your graveyard have retrace. Non-land permanent cards. So at the moment that's Expedition Map. Okay, well, so I can play a Wasteland. So I have well, I also have Days. I'm gonna play the Wasteland. And do need to think. Am I just dazing? So they have to have a land. They might not have a land to retrace. Well, let's see. I'm not going to waste preemptively. But it stays to get the push online. See if they play something from the yard. A Ghost Quarter. Sure. Okay. I don't know why they did that, really. Okay, gas. Brainstorm. Days is not gas. So they don't have a combo piece, but if they draw like Rumble or Loam, I feel like that's going to be good enough to beat us. This puny grade 8 beats. I still okay. So they can play. They can play lands from the graveyard. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see how they play. Which order? If they start on a saga, then there's a trigger, which means that I get priority. And then I can shoot the Ice Tail, which is nice. So they mill a card. It's not Loam. Nice. Okay. Ponder. Flow state. Well, better than nothing, but it's not on, which is pretty funny. Brainstorm, I guess, like pretty easily, but we can play a fetch. So there's hope. We need them to maybe not draw Loam now, like because they have expiration, it's gonna go so fast. But if I can get one more turn, I have hope. They're thinking I should check. I'm just gonna check. I think this is the last a deck that Sprouts played. The 6 tech. I don't know if that's tech or what that changes, but I know that he top 8'd or something. Ugh. Just gonna check what they might have. Not much at this point. Oh, so bad. I feel like I should brainstorm and see if I can find stuff now. Like push my advantage. Nethergripe is nice. Well, let's attack. We play Wasteland and attack. I don't think Thoughtseize does anything. A 6. Okay. No cards in hand. Yeah. It's a shame they're not bigger. There's nothing we can do. And what does it do? Well, they can retrace. They can do stuff. Plenty of stuff. Let's see if this is good enough. Like wasting Yavimaya is maybe a thing now because they're at 1. I have to think here. He has to attack to mill. That's tough. Non-land permanents have retrace. With these ice tills, then that's gonna be tough. Without Yavimaya. No land has Malevolence. I actually think I should waste the Yavimaya to take them off some mana. Hope they don't have Glacial Chasm to find. They can't crack it. I have to attack. So then what? Maze of it is not good enough. Tabernacle is not good enough. Okay, nice. Wow, winning game one like that is sweet, sweet. We got a bit lucky, I think, for sure. A lot of time. Brazen, Force of Negation for Loam. So these sixes, we have to, I'm just gonna check out their list again. They have a bunch of 1/2 offs in the sideboard. Like they can bring in Dismember, Endurance, 1 off. They play 5 of those creatures that demand a Fatal Push. And an Endurance, so I think the push is kind of necessary, which hurts. Niles Spellbomb is going in. Consigns are usually good enough, but something's got to give, and I do think I really need these pushes. Gonna cut maybe Baubles because I have the 2 Spellbombs. Gonna cut Daze. Is this how it should be? I think 4 push is correct. Thoughtseize is not very good, but when they're playing these creatures, they do sit in their hand. Maybe I can do like this. Yeah, let's try. Okay, this is keepable. Not very, like I don't have necessarily things that interact with the better draws they have. But yeah, let's see. If they make a social speed Merit Lage, which I don't think they've seen this talent basics package, so that would make sense. Playing around Wasteland like that. Ancient Tomb and a flute, okay. on the wasteland they just found. Polluted Delta. Okay. Funny. So they're gonna waste here, and I could also just play a fetch a swamp if I don't want to get wasted, but what does that really accomplish? Not much. I can do that later if I want to. I can fetch away if they don't waste. They're gonna waste. So think I'm just gonna attack and hold my fetch. And maybe I'm bouncing that flute. That's okay. I don't think I want to fight on that axis. It's such a relatively late point. Loam. Loam. With the exploration. I can brainstorm. Hope to find a force of negation, basically. And I'll be pretty priced into forcing it. Thing is, I kind of need this bounce. This is tough. I think I'm just gonna force Surveil and maybe yeah, I think I need to spike the good stuff. If nothing else, another blue card to pitch, but hopefully force of negation. Okay, not the case, but I can drop a Murktide. I can force. I have to bounce. I can't drop a Murktide. Let's put back some lands. This is very tough. Question is, am I getting to this Murktide? I don't think so. Don't think so. So what's the point in brainstorming now? Not much. But not much point. They're gonna loam. Yeah, we just attack. Maybe we want to draw that next Delta. Okay, they didn't find juicy stuff. That's nice for us. It's gonna waste. Is it still time to get lucky? I think it is. My mana is gonna be so tight. But I'm getting an island. So they don't have Waste Tabernacle as an easy way of beating me in a few turns. Awesome. Wow, we got there. That is awesome. They have a flute and an unknown in hand. I can drop the Wasteland, which is a way to shoot their, like, gives me Revolt. If they have a creature. Okay. So, do they have like endurance? Or just a flute? Or crop? They have endurance. Okay, so that enters. It does its thing. Then we shoot Yevimaya, right? Yeah. So they still take 2 and are at a dangerous 5 with a flute in hand and an unknown. Wow. Awesome. We have the wind in our backs today. See you for the next one. All right, round 4, and the last time my opponent had a result, it was with Loam Pox, so we might be in for another tough one. And otherwise, it was like Esper mid-range. Here, I think I'm keeping, and I think I just want to develop Stormchasers. Is that crazy? Could Thoughtseize and then turn to Stormchasers bounce. Otherwise, it's Stormchaser's turn to. Yeah, I'm gonna lead on Island Stormchaser because of the damage I get. I could even, but the thing, yeah, since I'm on the play, I have a Daze. I could wait on Thoughtseize. Feel like they probably don't play something very, very dangerous. So I think I'm up for that. Just getting aggressive and then having Daze and then Thoughtseize afterwards. I like it. And with the Brainstorm, this is pretty sweet. Let's see what they're playing. So it looks like Loam, indeed, Loam Pox. They have a lot of 2-drops. They keep it. Including Bowmasters, which is maybe covered by Daze, but maybe they have Inquisition. Okay, that happens. Guess they're gonna take Brainstorm. No, Thoughtseize. Okay, interesting. Let's fight this one off. Okay, so and back up Thoughtseize. Pretty good. I can fetch the swamp. I can also go flow state, but I think I want to do that next turn instead. Since this was so scary to them, Thoughtseize. Okay, Orcish, two times Orcish. They want to play around the Daze. They have a Loam that's a bit slow. So I guess I just take a Bowmaster and we move on. They have some interesting lands. Of course, this one and the hatchery. And we force this one. Are they gonna waste me? They should have done it on their turn in that case. Okay. Okay, so I think I want to brainstorm first to have a good shot at hitting a land and getting a lot of damage in. Okay, no such luck, but another card is not bad. Yeah, it's really slow for them. Paragoyf. Whoops. Whoops, indeed. Everything now changes. Okay, I mean, good start. The push. We don't have Delirium or Revolt. And a land. So we pass the turn. And we hope they waste us before attacking. That's not gonna happen, of course. gonna find something for our graveyard, I think. Yeah. So I'm gonna block with the token and push it. This Nile Spellbomb is so good. I do it now, okay. Well, at least my Goyf will be able to attack. Let's flow state. Wasteland could take them off green. Taking them off green might be pretty good. Thoughtseize, take them off green. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Okay, they do have green in Boseiju. Take the Max Diamond. So I can. They have 3 cats. These 3. This is gonna be a problem. There's plenty of problems. Yeah, they're gonna loam it back. I think I'm just gonna do it like this to make like their land drop a bad one, at least. Means that I can win with some combination of spells and push or bounce if they. Okay, they prioritize doing that. It's interesting. Huh. Well, guess I'm just attacking with the Nilaghoif. You're gonna shoot here? Is that it? To get 2 tokens? And then trade off? I guess it's a good play. Because of that, I guess I should have attacked here as well. Because that was pretty free. I did miss that, unfortunately. Yeah, like that. I'm gonna do this so I can draw a a land and class 2 Stormchaser's talent, theoretically. Tough game, as always against these decks. Okay, they're at 3. 3 is not a lot, but they should have been at 2. So that's unfortunate. Nice. We're just playing that. Still hoping to get, like, make this bigger by drawing some spells. And they're gonna maybe make the same play. Go to 2, get some friends, but now it's at 3-4. Now I have that clock to think about. Yeah, this league is a grind. Gotta work for the ticks. It seems like they're thinking about attacking, but yeah, that would surprise me a lot. Can we get some? No, we cannot. But that can get flow state for next turn. Guess that's decent. This is a bit sad, I have to admit. That I can't get an attack in with the otter token. What is really sad is that they should have been at 2. For sure. Just realized that a bit too late. What can they have here? Maybe they're just doing other things, but could have Bowmasters. Okay, well, they thought a bit. I'm gonna just attack with both, assuming they don't have a way of making a friend, and that they have to jump here and so on. I could be wrong. It seems like there's no big risk. Very small risk. Okay, they have something. Putting them to 2. No. Okay. Close combat. And I do my thing. Sorry for the wait. Trying to stop the video sometimes, but there's a lot of thinking going on. Okay, they're gonna besiege you. Okay. So my Goif is now very big. And a wasteland. A wasteland is not bad. A wasteland is not bad, but against Loam, I think. Well, they're kind of in the. I'm gonna put it on top. Kind of in moat. No, what's the word? The abyss. With this Goif. Like they have to make some blockers, and then I can shoot the Saga maybe before it finds some good trinket. Okay, so let's start by shooting the Saga. Force them to do something, use their mana. Yeah. They have a friend. They can go squatter to have 2 more friends. And I'm basically not attacking here because that's just gonna trade. It can get better. It does force them to do this. But this can't tap anyways. Yeah, I think I should wait. Wait with attacking. Be a bit patient. Okay, we have movement. And they want to block with one of those instead, I guess. Because this can grow bigger. So a jump, I assume. Now, if I have a spell next turn, they can't just trade, like jump and trade. It'll be 2 jumps. So I feel like what, Saga, Wasteland, Besiege you. Okay. What I'm really trying to beat is them drawing like a Grist or a, if they play Grist, or Baragoyf. Okay, they played a Saga and I draw a nothing I can use. So this is going to be now a 2/2 next turn. Gonna trade here. Make a friend, have 2 2/2s. So I guess it's better to just attack like this. And then it's at least the abyss for that 1/1 that they'll make. All right, we have a force of will. They can't use mana on Loam. They can block here. They can waste us off. Sure. Yeah. So, can we get some cantrips? like this Nethergoyf I would like to replay. I can remove enchantment, land, and sorcery. I need an instant, so if I can cast Force of Will on anything, well, right now I can't in any way. Yeah, I draw days, so I can force something. Let's see the jump. Unless they have endurance, it's a reason for not F6ing, for sure. They're spending a lot of time. This is game 1. They only have 9 minutes left. Alright, let's see what they can find here. They make a friend. Maybe they find a Mox Diamond. Yeah. And another Saga. They are making a blocker every turn. Just need to pull ahead in some way. Like put another threat on board. Or remove this. It should be possible, right? Or play my Nethergoyf from the bin. So many ways to get there. Okay, awesome. I draw a Ponder. Let's find yeah, another Nethergoyf. Is that the best thing? And then a Wasteland. Seems good. Yeah. But with regards to clock, they're really in trouble. Especially if I win this one, then they have to win 2 in no time, which is tough with a deck like theirs. Yeah, they conceded for either reason. But yeah, it looks like we are going to win this. So we got lucky, of course, that we only needed to win 1. But I think it goes. Having Fatal Push in the deck shows its worth against lands. We had like answers for Ice Till and 6, and here we had answer for Baraggoyf. So yeah, pretty clutch compared to it if we were playing Izzet. Well, see you for the last one, the trophy match. All right, this is the last round, and I won the die roll. And my opponent have 61 cards. And the last time they had results in Legacy, it was with Oops All Spells, and I have a deucer, if that's true, Spellbound and Force. So I'm gonna keep. Maybe a deucer. That's not a real word, but I have a good hand here. Let's keep and play that Spellbomb. Now they can beat a Spellbomb, for sure. With Memory's Journey. Okay, they're gonna go for it. No, okay, they're just playing like that. I am going to Undercity. That is a nice one. And I'm gonna play the Goyf. even having a force on a later turn is fine, because if like to beat the spell bomb, they're gonna have to put Thassa on top, and then we can force it, and they won't have a deck. So that should be good. Let's brainstorm just to get going with the damage. That's a good one. Okay, so we have everything we need. Guess I'm going to put land on top, and then I'm gonna ponder into it, probably. Or maybe just a blue card and then fetch next turn. I think that's what I'm gonna do. This shouldn't be. I think I have to misplay to lose here, but let's see. Thoughtseize. Okay. Okay, they concede. Well, we still have the wind in our backs. Let's sideboard. Against Oops. Well, I don't have a. I don't respect it with fast stuff. I just have these spell bombs. But it feels like it's not only a feeling, it's also what I see other people posting stats wise, that we should have a good matchup against Oops between Thoughtseizes and the forces and the dazes and the consigns. We have a bunch of stuff. We just need to not die turn 1 on the draw. Nullrod can do work. It can also be a problem with our spell bombs. I'm gonna just reconsider. Maybe I'm not gonna. It's mostly good if they have a Belcher Duke. I'm just gonna check their latest list. We didn't see much. They didn't have a big Duke in that latest list. I'm not gonna bring in the Nullrods then, the Nullrod. They might be on a creature Duke. I think I'm okay cutting Bauble's Boomerang basics. They can bounce, like if they turbo out a Baragoyf, we can bounce. So I think that's a good one of the many examples of why Boomerang basics makes sideboarding easier. I can cut all. I can cut a Wasteland. I think I'm okay cutting them all. From the sideboard I just saw, it didn't look like a Baragoyf sideboard. Neither. More like reanimates. So, am I happy with this? Brazen is also kind of catch-all way, like Boomerang. It's a kind of hedge, but I don't think it's necessary. Okay, let's try this. That was so lucky. That on the play, and you know it's Oops, having the spellbomb. That's almost criminal. So they mulligan. We have the bad force. The bad force. Don't feel like this is good enough. Okay, This is Force and Spellbomb and a bunch of Wastelands. That's fine. For me, let's ditch a Wasteland. See if they can beat a Force. Okay, just pass the turn. I'm playing my Spellbomb. And that's it. Wow. This was an easy trophy. I mean, we had some tough games, but the last two were easy. So closing thoughts, it was nice to see that we could grind and beat bad matchups for tempo decks. Like I've played a lot with Stormchasers and Boomerang in Izzet, so I know how it feels, but I hope you got a feel for how it plays in Dimir as well. I think it's very nice. It's not backbreaking or like it's a tweak. It's not a revolution, but yeah, I like it. So I'll be working on this list for some time. Thank you for watching.